Errors, exceptions. They strike fear into the heart of every programmer. The flashing red text, the cryptic messages, and that sinking feeling like you have broken the universe. Let's be honest, we've all been there. The late night coding session derailed by a rock semicolon. The stomach dropping moment when your perfectly logical code refused to behave.
I'm done. Cut the show. I'm done.
If you ever wanted to give your computer a stern talking to, you're in a good company. But there's the thing, errors aren't the enemy, they're hidden messages, clues to help you write even better code. Today we are throwing those tantrums out of the window and embracing the power of errors. Every bug you smash makes you a stronger developer. If it sounds interesting to you, don't hesitate and hit the like button for this video, and also subscribe to this channel as not to miss the next interesting videos. Okay, errors could be simple like this one. You see red highlighting in the IDE? Yeah, that one is forgotten semicolon. And such errors would not allow your code to compile. So these are compile time errors. And after we resolve it, your program could compile and run perfectly. Here's another type of the problem you could encounter. At first glance, there is nothing wrong with this code. We cannot see any red highlighting in our code, and it compiles perfectly. But if you run the program, you'll get such an error. These are exceptions because they are caused by unforeseen problems that our application has encountered that could not allow our program to go any further, so it stops. We could see an error message describing the cause of an exception. And as you can see, IDE could also give you some clues like warnings on possible bad things that could happen. But please, don't take errors personally. Don't let anger and emotions overwhelm you. In my life, I've seen many times when a person who gets an error starts to make even more mess in the code, typing some strange things and tweaking code back and forth in the hope that it's gonna help. But in such moments, what you really need to do is to stay calm and try to think and analyze what is going on in your code and what an error could tell you about itself. For example, we have this error here, and this message tells us that not all code paths return the value. We could also see the name of the method where the error is present. Okay, here's the divide method that takes a dividend and divisor and should return a value of type double. But what we see is that our method does not return anything. So let's add return value, like this. Okay, and when it's done... But wait, we have some warning from our IDE. The warning message says possible loss of fraction, and we don't know what to do with that. Okay, let's Google it. Okay, we have something on Stack Overflow. Let's see what we have there. The question is very similar to our situation. Let's have a look at the answers. Okay, it says that expression is missing typecasting. Okay, because integer type loses numbers after the comma, and we could have ones as a result of division. Okay. Yeah, well, pretty reasonable explanation. Let's try this in our code. Yes, indeed, we have two int parameters. Let's add casting to double for the first one, so the result of the whole expression will be implicitly cast to double. And the warning is gone. That's awesome. Okay, next is another very common error that beginners may encounter. Here, error message says that the argument type is not assignable. And if we try to compile this code, we will get an error message that says argument 2 cannot convert from string to int. We can see that we call divide method with two arguments, and the second one is a string, but it should be int. And if we fix that, the program will compile and run perfectly. Okay, these were compile time errors. Let's see what useful information we could get from the runtime errors. Here you can see a very common scenario when our program is trying to get a value by index from some collection. But if we run this program, we will get index out of French exception. Very interesting. In this case, we could use debugger to see where the exception happens at runtime. Uh-huh. On line 3, we have our exception. Let's inspect what we have in our array. Uh-huh. Got it. In an array, we have only one element with the index 0, but we are trying to get an element with the index 1. This is why exception tells us that the index out of range. And we could fix this by adding more elements to our collection. And if we try then, yes, our program works correctly. Okay, let's wrap up all the important things. First, errors could happen at compile time or at runtime. Second, don't let emotions overwhelm you. Keep calm and try to analyze an error. Usually it has useful information so you could solve it. But even if you are confused, you could Google it or ask AI chatbot for more information. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video and want more interesting videos on our channel, you can support us on Buy Me a Coffee. Please follow the QR code or link in the description. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to avoid missing the following videos. Feel free to leave a comment and like this video. You're also welcome to leave any questions in the comment section. I will be happy to answer them. And also, I encourage you to help brave people in Ukraine to defend themselves in this horrible war. Please use the QR code or links in the description to visit charitable foundations that help Ukraine. Bye! See you in the next videos.